Thank you, Al. Now I'll ask all the members of the 1968 championship team who are on stage with us, as well as Bill Freehand's wife, Pat, and former Tigers employee Donna Bean, the wife of former Tigers trainer Bill Bean. She'll represent former Tigers pitcher Fred Lasher. So please proceed to the blue carpet for the presentation of today's gifts. And as you do so, I ask Tigers fans, please turn your attention to the video board for more great memories from that remarkable season.
I really feel that by going through 67, that everybody came to spring training the following year in 68 saying, hey, we should have won last year, we're going to win this year.
We lost that last game at home, after we played back-to-back doubleheaders. We knew we were the best team, and we went to spring training for some contest.
You can just feel that team, K-line, K-H, call up, just supporting. You just feel that like we're going to win this thing. So guys, get on board because we're going to win.
We went into that year knowing we had the ability to win ball games. It was so special coming from behind.
We brought the city back together. We gave them something of interest to look forward to come and see the Tigers play.
We had so much belief in each other. We always said, not an inning over, we always said, the last strike.
And then he was 100%. Once he puts his uniform on, he gave you everything he had. Be able to play on the same team that he's been playing, having that 31 and 6 years. Nobody's going to do that again. Bill Freehand, he was a horse. He was behind the plate, he played all the time. He was tough, he got big hit sports all the time, he led the pitching staff. He was really the captain of our ball club.
We never worried about ourselves playing, we always worried about the teammates. And that's, I think that helped us grow and life in this game about the team sport. You know, that Matthew, K-line, Chad, great veteran players. We were a losing team. We had a lot of fun.
Probably the biggest decision ever in a World Series that any manager could possibly make, bringing the center fielder to play shortstop in the World Series.
I love it, you know, he was too good he was a freak, he was tough to catch.
Maybe one of the most valuable players in the World Series. But Willie Horton was one of the great hitters that we had. Great power, hit the ball all fields. I'm so proud I was able to go to the World Series and be part of that team.
I'm 75, I'm still part of it, I'm still part of the people. And, you know, like I say, people who made my career. I didn't never play this game for Willie Horton, I played for the fans.
Feels like it was yesterday, maybe. We'll say 50 years is a long time, but I think maybe when we get up in the morning and start trying to move around, it is 50 years. So
Become a world champion. It's a once-in-a-lifetime feeling. I mean, you can't express it.
It is now time to present gifts to the members of the 1968 World Series champion Detroit Tigers, each signifying a place in franchise history they have earned with an unforgettable season culminating in the Tigers' third World Series championship. First, the members of that team are now positioned in front of famed road jerseys with the numbers that they wore in 1968. Of course, it was while wearing that classic road uniform with a black lettered Detroit on the front that the Tigers won Game 7 of the World Series, clinching their place in history. These framed jerseys also include the logo that was specially created for the 50th anniversary of their World Series championship, as well as an image of their top baseball card from the 1968 season. The inscription on each of the plaques reads, "The legacy of your 1968 World Series championship and its impact on the city of Detroit will live on forever." Next, we invite the current members of the Detroit Tigers to the field for a special presentation commemorating the place the 1968 championship season holds in our hearts. members of the Detroit Tigers who have joined us are here to present scaled replica versions of the 1968 World Series trophy to each of today's honorees. The actual World Series trophy from that year was painstakingly replicated to the tiniest detail, making sure each flag and logo appears on the scaled version just as it does on the original. These amazing individual works were created by three-dimensional services group in Rochester Hills, who took on the project with great pride and appreciation for what this team has meant to this region for 50 years. The presentation of these trophies by members of the current team represents the appreciation today's players have for those who came before them, for helping to define what it means to wear the Old English D, and further strengthening the bond that exists between the Tigers and their fans. We now invite the current Tigers to present these gifts to the members of the 1968 World Series champion Tigers. This field, they helped lift the spirits of Detroit when this city needed it most. We now ask all fans to please join us as we remember the players, manager, and coaches from the 1968 World Series champions who are no longer with us in a moment of silence. Thank you. Now we ask all of you to remain standing as we welcome to the field an iconic figure from the 1968 World Series. Booked by Hall of Fame announcer Ernie Harwell to perform the national anthem prior to Game 5, his performance stands out as one of the most memorable anthems in the history of sports. Initially met with some criticism, the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner on that day is now recognized as helping pave the way for future performers to express their patriotism with their own artistic flair. Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Jose Feliciano.
Yeah!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we did at the twilight's last gleam, those broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in hell. They gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave on the land and of the free and the home? On the
around the park. So they have a daiquiri wall. So I got me a margarita and tiger mix. And now, how cool is that? A Ferris wheel ride. That's pretty cool. Nice little seating area, water feature. I like it. Checking out the carousel. And they have the first game certificates, so I got one of those. Yeah, it's very glitzy park. I like it.
Ceremonial first pitches. These four men all played key roles on the 1968 Tigers. First, Willie Horton. Next, Mickey Stanley. Next is Cal Kaline. And now, Mickey Lolich.
Bases loaded, so I decided to start recording and see what's going to happen. It's only the first inning, but hey, let's do this, Detroit. I want to see you win, and I want to see a home run. I really want to see a home run more than I want to see you win. So let's do this. I got some popcorn. Look at this thing.
The left fielder, number 8. It's Rivera and Camaro and Corey Beth. The stakes are high. They are in racing. Holy hot rods! It's the Tiger Club. What in the fast lane is going on here? Looks like the race is on. Motor City Wheels, start your engine. And here they come, and Shelley has an early lead as they come out of the curves. Here they come down the straightaway. All Cardinals, please get off the runway. You don't do real good with cars. Here comes Bella. Bella is in the lead again tonight. Bella's got a pretty comfortable lead. Looks like she's just going to coast, and there you go. Bella Air is our winner. Congratulations. You're the winner of the Detroit Chevy Hills Motor City Race. Tigers fans, you got a chance to win too. Just text Bella to 39844. Your chance to win a lease for the 2018 Chevrolet Traverse, courtesy of your Detroit Chevy dealers. For the DNCY Chevy drives the Motor City. We've got a really great race on the tactical back. A number of fans don't wait for the leads, but it looks like they're ready. They are set, and off they go, and here they come down the first baseline, and your early leader is Puppy Coffee.
Come on, Cinnamon Roll.
It's anybody's race. And there's the slide. The leader is your winner. Let's come to congratulations to second. 151 for the Northeast.
They gotta have such a high angle.
Yeah. ballpark for the home team so I can see like what they do for home runs. While this has been an impressive game with over 10 strikeouts, I really want to see a home run. We're down to bottom of the 8th. Tigers are winning 3-1. Now, come on. We've got guys on first and second. And